Homily this morning is the divine male archetype, the influence of our fathers. And the homily will be presented by Sutton-Pyle.
Hi, everyone. It was a beautiful meditation. Well, good morning. Let me open this up. Well, welcome, everyone. I'll begin with a short poem called Father, the Man Who Made My Life Lived. It's by an unknown author, so don't ask me who the name of it is. I don't even know. He wears his wisdom like a grin, cool as midnight, calm within. No capes, no crown, no mighty sword, but he is my hero, my unspoken word. He faces battles I'll never know, fights silent wars that never show, carries storms within his chest, yet shields me from every test. His words stay behind closed doors. His worries stay behind closed doors. His struggles walk on hidden floors. Not once does he let them near. He guards me from every fear. They say dreams are meant to chase, but he puts his in a quiet place. Pauses his world without sigh, so mine can learn to soar and fly. His desires take the back seat, it's dust. His needs stay hidden, lost in trust. He hustles hard, day and night, so my future can be bright. It hurts to think of all he gives, all he fights but never lives. He plays part without applause, a silent hero just because. He teaches me to laugh at pain, to dance even in the rain. In his eyes, a spark so bright, guiding me through every night. With old records and vintage tunes, he turns our house into afternoons where laughter echoes through the halls, where love bounces off the walls. They say heroes wear a cape, but his strength takes a different shape. He holds the world worn in his worn hands, the coolest man who understands. Not just a father, but a friend on whom I will always depend. Through victories, through mistakes, he's my balance when my world shakes. And now, as I stand tall and free, I see him smiling back at me. Father, the man who simply lives and teaches me how to truly live. Now, on to the homily. According to Google, the divine male archetype, often known as the divine masculine or sacred masculine, is a universal spiritual and psychology energy representing action, structure, logic, and protection. The misnomer is here, rather than toxic domination, it embodies healthy strength, emotional stability, and a purposeful leadership. It exists in all people, regardless of gender. There are two men that I'd like to use as examples of what a divine male archetype is that are here today with us. Tom Landon and my own dad, Rod Sutton. Oh, Tom Landon. Why him?
Let's think about it.
Now, remember that principle I just said not too long ago. Now, Tom, he's a one-of-a-kind man. He's wise, gentle, kind, and compassionate. Part of being a divine male is the nurturing in action quality of being that man. That is present in his work with his esteemed partner with 4 paws, Poppy. They go all over the place, giving blessings to sick people in need of nurturing and in comfort in times of need. They're also very active here at ISD.
True.
Most Sundays, we see them here at service together, nurturing and fostering healing in a supportive environment for everyone here. Without them, without Tom, I don't believe ISD would be what it is today.
True.
He's a remarkable man who is always there for anyone that needs him. And that goes for Poppy too. I like to think of him as a father figure here at ISD. At least for me. I don't know. Hands. He nurtures a
Right.
kindness and that I personally want to emanate in my own life.
True.
Thank you, Tom and Poppy. I think I can speak for everyone here when I say, we love you.
True.
Now,
Next.
first, before I talk about my dad, I would like to share with you a principle of ISD that resonates with one of many lessons I have learned from him in my life. It's a principle we talked about earlier. We affirm the unity of all life everywhere. Why that principle and what did he teach me that how life is valuable? I grew up in the country with a lot of woods around me, and then there's this culvert, this from a spring that goes down into this big pond, my dad's pond. And I remember as a kid, there was the spawning of salamanders. They would cross the road and go to the pond from the woods. Every year at the first rain, my dad would get me out of bed. And then we'd go out there in the rain, in the dark, and with our flashlights and pick up all the little salamanders that were crossing the road so they don't get hit. This happened for many years. Now, just by doing that simple act, he nurtured and fostered a deep love for all animals in me. I mean, this is a guy who kept, I hope you don't mind me sharing, kept reptiles, and one night I saw him doing CPR on a snake.
That's a memory.
Alright.
Work.
The snake lived.
Sleep through all of it.
He taught me to respect life, not just the lives of other people. He showed me that even a small salamander's life mattered. They too have a right to be here just as much as we do. This has encouraged me in my life in many ways. One of them was not to fear looking in the eyes of animals. I started off with our Great Pyrenees. Now they're going on their 7th Great Pyrenees over the span of, been
40 years.
yeah, 40, maybe. Anyway, so I've concluded that if people did that more often, they would see that they too have a soul and would hopefully be kinder towards them. So thank you, Dad, for instilling that ISD principle in me before we even knew it existed, or ISD for that matter. I love you. Thank you. Now, may have 2 other people willing to come up and share
About their time.
about their dads. Okay.
Do I have to come up?
No.
Well, they can't
Otherwise,
see
no one will
you
see
on.
you, yeah.
Kimberly
Yeah.
gets to look at you. It's not that scary. Who's there? Kimberly and Sal.
And
And good
Joe.
audience.
And Joe Rossi.
And
yeah.
Joe, yeah, Joe's easy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wanda.
I'm supposed to say something nice. about
Yeah.
my dad.
Something nice.
Wow.
I'm just teasing. I grew up knowing I had a different mother. That walked away when I was 6 months old. In 1954, men did not usually get total custody. But my father got custody, and at the time he was playing professional baseball.
Whoa.
So he
Talk a
gave
little
up.
Louder, Wanda, so they can hear you on the.
Oh,
Thanks,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm
It's just
sorry.
Yeah, that the microphone is in that camera. And
Oh.
it doesn't pick up real well, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, he left what he loved to be doing because I was safe at my grandparents', and worked in a tractor store, John Deere, and then went to General Motors. Later, I had 3 more siblings, and later on, got to know my mother, my birth mother. But what I want to say about my father is that he was very human. Never pretended that he may or may not have done the right thing in the marriage. There was no animosity. It's just a lot of people loved me and wanted me. So that's what I'll leave you with, that I felt wanted
Thank
Nice.
you.
from before on. 4 years old is a difficult time, I think, for people. But my father stepped up.
Well, good. And thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Ken?
Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome.
Take this moment, Father's Day, to honor my dad. My dad was an excellent provider. We always had food on the table. We always had a roof over our head. If the roof leaked, he'd fix it. He did everything around the house. Replaced windows, painted houses, cut the grass, repaired things, had a workshop in the basement. He was a doer and extremely responsible. Not an extremely affectionate person. And I became a psychologist to understand my dad. Even then, I didn't understand him. Why he never said, "I love you." But if it was the middle of the night and there were 10 feet of snow and I had a flat tire, my dad would come. He's probably the only person in the world that would come. So I could rely on him. And I didn't ask him for much. And I tried to understand how do I love my dad, How do we express it? There was one time he said, "I love you, I'm proud of you." When I became a licensed psychologist, after 30 years of school and training, he said, "I love you." And you know what I thought? I'm not going back to school another 30 years to hear that a second time.
Hard earned.
Some fathers never tell you they love you directly, but they tell everybody else. They tell everybody else how proud they are. They tell everybody else of my accomplishments. Now, for some people, that's aggrandizement. They want to look good. That was not my dad. He couldn't show his pride directly, but he was always there, and he was always proud of me. And in the spiritual world, there's a strong connection with my dad. I know he's there. I know he's there with my mom. Thank you.
What's his name?
Arthur Louis Langleib. Arthur and his brother Edward, named after the 2 kings.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Well, thank you, Ken.
It's great.
And thank you all, thank you, Ken, and thank you, Wanda, for sharing your stories as well. As we turn back to our regular service, I want to thank all of you for listening today, and remember to catch all that's happening at the of Spiritual Development
Good catch.
in Oneonta at isdoneonta.org. Thank you.